Pocket Zim and the Rocket.
Perfect.
The Crowsnest Pass Golf Club, once considered to be a hidden gem amongst tourists and locals alike, is now one of the top golf courses in Alberta. With history dating back since 1918, with the next most significant timestamp being 2019, where they enlisted this man, Canadian renowned architect Mr. Gary Browning. And if you're unaware, Mr. Browning's architectural portfolio includes the courses like Stewart Creek, Copper Point, Pritis, and the newly redesigned since the Alberta floods, Kananaskis. Now that's a portfolio.
Hello. Should be okay. That leave me 100 in. Do it. Do it! Oh! Woo! Birdie? Oh! We got birdie juice coming.
We do?
What
That
a
was
cheeky,
weird.
What a
'Cause
cheeky little stab.
That's fluffy fringe.
Yeah.
So I almost had to like chip it.
Yeah, you stabbed like.
Yep.
Cut it.
Uh-oh.
Start cutting.
Cut.
Leaky. Turn.
Well, there's two ways to go. The left way or the right way.
Yeah.
I personally had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Browning last year at Silver Springs for a proposal for their course redesign, and he totally changed my mind on the perspective of golf course design. Mr. Browning always focuses on tee boxes and greens. Your tee boxes should be flat, square, and fair, whereas your greens should be the opposite. And this is the example at Crowsnest Pass. If you take a snapshot of what encompasses golf at Crowsnest Pass, it's absolutely beautiful. Your tee shots are fair, your fairways are in beautiful condition, and we even played this course 2 weeks after opening, and the conditions were pretty close to perfect. Now you kind of have to have wider fairways and easier tee shots in this area of Alberta that is probably the most windy location in the history of Earth. Right from number one, you see that you're going to have some elevation changes. The holes alternate beautifully. There's a fair amount of uphills and downhills. And I would say on the par fours, there's probably only 2 or 3 tee shots that you really are standing there for a moment, puzzled, figuring out what to hit. Most of the par fours and all the par fives, what you see is what you get. You can unload driver and try to score. But it's your second shot and your approach shots and your work around the greens where this course really shines. I haven't really played a course where I've struggled on the greens so much. Yes, we've all played courses with fast greens, and that poses its separate set of challenges when you're above the hole. These greens weren't overly fast. They are large, they are undulating, they are sloping, but I've never misread more putts in my whole life.
It moved right?
Favorite holes. My favorite hole in the back had to be number 9. You start from a lower level tee box and launch up to a flat wide fairway. A risk reward second approach shot with water left and a large green long. One of the more fun risk reward par 5s you can play. But for me, things really found their groove on the back 9. Number 13, you can tell as soon as you step on the tee box, you're like, this is what you have in mind when you stand on a mountainous golf course. It's a shorter uphill par 4 with water right. And it's just one of the more inviting tee shots. Just unload driver and swing away to up to an elevated green. Number 15. Number 15 is absolutely unbelievable. Again, it looks like a fair tee shot. You're shooting from a launch pad from an elevated tee box. And you can see a centerline bunker that it's perfectly in the layup spot for this longer par 5. If you want about 100 to 80 yards out on your approach shot, you have to contest with a deep centerline bunker. So number 16 is a downhill dogleg left par 4. So for a guy that draws the ball, this really suits my eye. So for us, the pin was at 360 yards with slope adjusted 310. When you're talking about higher end golf courses in Alberta, you're going to get the Kananaskis conversation, you're going to get the Stewart Creek conversation, and I would say Crowsnest Pass beats all of these because it's the full package. It's fair enough so you can not worry about losing 100 balls. It's challenging enough where you can still fight to score. It shares the same views and the 360-degree panoramics that the other courses do. And for us personally, it was easy to get a tee time, it wasn't that busy, and it felt extremely accommodating. So thanks to the team at Crowsnest Pass for giving us a glimpse what mountain golf can be like. Thanks to Mr. Gary Browning for opening my eyes to what fair but yet still challenging golf course architecture should look like. I firmly believe it's one of those golf courses that I could play every day.
Shot, Mike.
Who's got a towel?
Hey, he's got it.